My name is Danny Aguilar. I want to tell you my story along with my thesis on America. In order to do that, I have to tell you about growing up in South Central Los Angeles and poverty. Then I went into the Army in South America and and learned what poverty really was. When I got out of the Army, I went to work in the grocery store my mom has worked in since my father died. My dad was a truck driver for my Theo on my mom's side. He made a delivery to the Chicago one day and never came back. They found his truck, but no dad. We believe he was murdered because my Theo was involved in with drugs. When I got out of the army, I met a beautiful Puerto Rican woman from the Bronx. She missed New York. I felt I would continue my conduct in LA with criminal activity, but I also left because I felt betrayed. My woman explains her community as more of a bond with her people and care for each other. I just want to get out of LA. I read everything about successful Latinos of our time because, like everyone, I wanted to be successful. And jail is about politics, so I read about Pancho Villa, Cesar Chavez, Harbo Barbosa Gonzalez, Harry Barbosa Gonzalez, Dolores Huerta. Paid close attention to Latinos on television talking important matters facing our community. Dr. Antonio Novella, our Surgeon General, raising awareness about domestic violence and health issues. I always enjoyed actors like Martin Sheen, Edward Olmos, Anthony Quinn, people that went out of their way to help people. With philanthropy like Geraldo Rivera, he promised a class of eighth graders he would subsidize their college tuition in 1989. Martin Sheen arrested 66 times for defending abuse of farm workers and other issues. I read about people you overlook, like Spanish philosopher George Santayana, who is like most aesthetic, who is like me, an aesthetic Catholic. Go, go ahead, Google it, aesthetic Catholic. Pay attention because you're part of the reason I had to write more. You want the life of crime, Danny, and I grew up in poverty, Danny. Well, I give it to you, but I let people know. But I let, but let me know when you had enough. My, my bond, my book is called "Do It Anyways." We all struggle with our own setbacks, pitfalls, and individual failures. My goal is to get you sucked in, if you're a white female especially, and keep you sucked in until you have a thought about policy and human nature that comes from science and your DNA. First, I'm going to share what I've heard some politicians were discussing behind closed doors.